So you wanted to start a business and you want to know how to start, what to do, how much do I spend, GST. I want to know, do I need a business plan? Do I have to protect the brand? All that stuff. Today on This Is Business, Megan, she's in Adelaide. She wants to make homemade skincare products, okay?
Yep.
I am joined by Adrian.
Hello, friends.
Hello, Adrian Smith, Run Gopher. You can find Adrian on LinkedIn. He's been on this show before. He's been on the main show. He's been on Shelley's show, This Is Work. He's an all-round good guy. And we're going to dig into this. He has
Megan,
he has experience because he employs 20 people. He's got a big business. So Megan sent a heap of questions through and we were just chatting before we pressed go because one of Megan's questions is, do you recommend doing a business plan? And if so, can you suggest a good template, please? And I said, you'd just throw it into ChatGPT, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
And that wouldn't cost anything.
No.
So maybe, what do you want to do? How do you want to pluck this chicken? Do you want to maybe answer, the GST thing because that's easy, or do you want to just throw it all into ChatGPT live?
Just throw it in.
Okay. So what I'm going to do.
The prompt is key.
The prompt is key, is it?
Prompt is key.
Okay. So if we now share the screen, I've got ChatGPT open. I've just pasted all her stuff in.
So go before that. So in AI world, I run an AI company. In AI world, tops and bottoms are the key things that it picks up. So anything that is first and anything that is last.
Right.
So first being your prompt, you're basically just instructing ChatGPT what to do. Yeah. So in this one, we need a business plan. But we want to reference someone that's successful. So Go-To Skincare or that's the first one that came to mind. I think that's Zoe Blake, Zoe Foster Blake.
I don't even know how to spell Go-To. Is it?
Yeah, Go-To Skincare. Can you reference another skincare brand like Go-To Skincare? Yep. And provide me a plan for the next 6 months, broken up into days. What I need to do to hit $1,000 in profit. So let's just make the goal very accessible.
See my questions below.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see what that comes up.
All right, and then hit go.
Yep. Anyone can do this. This is
a free. I've paid for the plus version, but you can get chat for free.
Yeah.
Or any other AI thing for free.
Yep. Cool. So the reason that, and for Megan or anyone that's starting a business listening at home, you got to think about your first 90 days.
Yeah.
So what are the things that you're going to do? So we've gone for 6 months or into day plans, but understanding what are the actions that I need to do consistently to start a business.
Because I think the whole thing is, it's like in business, first and foremost, you might have the best idea in the world.
Yep.
But does anyone want your product or service? I don't know. They might. They might not.
You get really passionate about it, but someone else goes, cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy over here.
And it could be for some people a legitimate hobby that they make some candles at home and they go to the farmers markets once a month.
Yeah.
Get a couple $100. It's a bit of a hobby. No real system and happy days.
Yeah.
But if you're like Megan, who wants to actually have a crack at turning this into a business, we are with you, but let's try and see if we can get some exchange.
Yes.
Okay, so days 1 to 7, research basic foundations. Okay, so we will assume that maybe Megan does have her formula.
Let's make some assumptions.
Yes.
So originally she said sole trader in the idea phase. So maybe she doesn't.
Right.
Not operating yet and wanting to start selling at markets first rather than creating an online presence. So
But that's also good because you can use the markets to test to see if people would
Absolutely.
buy your stuff and get real-time feedback. Come back next month. Tell us if it was good.
Well, I would even start before then. If you're still in idea phase, like what products are actually selling at markets?
Yeah.
Visit 10 markets.
Are there 15 home skincare brands already? I don't know.
Like,
Might not be.
You go to every market and you go to the local soap and they sell out before 10 a.m. Oh, okay. There's a market in this particular demographic for soaps. So before you're starting and going skincare, well, there's a lot of different skincare. So understanding what specifically and
What skincare do you use? Do you have a skincare routine?
No.
Oh. I do.
I wash my body with soap. Actually, no, I put moisturizer on sometimes, especially in winter with the wind in my beard. I get beard drift.
Right, beard drift.
Gross.
Okay. Anyway, we digress.
But understanding like what is the business? What are you going to sell? And you can't do that until you go, there is a market for it. So go to the markets. That's where you're going to start. Does this stuff sell or not?
Yeah, I think that is interesting. I always think about I used to live on the Central Coast and there's a town called The Entrance and there's a shopping centre, whatever it's called. I think it's called Stabbers because you get stabbed there. But anyway, it's basically retirees.
Yep. Retiree stabbing.
Oh, it's just retirees, people addicted to substances and
Coffee,
and holiday people. Like, it's just one of those Coles centres with 3 specialty shops.
Yep.
And it's just, ugh.
Yep.
And there was a young woman in the area who rented a shop there for cool boutique clothes.
Yep.
And it lasted 10 minutes.
Yep.
I'm sorry, no one is walking. Her audience were just not visiting that shopping centre.
Exactly right.
And didn't last. And I always thought it's like, if only you spent that money on the rent there on Instagram ads.
Yes.
And just stocked it home or something.
Yep. Exactly right.
But that speaks to you've got to be positioned where your customers hang out. I had someone email me, and when we go on these rants, I want people to be encouraged and learn from us, but also sorry for ranting. I had someone email me the other day. I said keep it anonymous, or whatever, I don't actually care. She's like, oh, have you thought about doing this mini book or something based on your content? I can just see it sitting in post offices so people can just buy it. I'm like, my audience ain't hanging out at the post office.
I don't even know the last time I went to a post office.
I do. It was this week to pick up some books. But you've got to be where your audience hangs out.
Yes.
And that's either online, markets, or in person. And I think I will throw back to you with this AI stuff, but in terms of the business, I think the markets in this case might be a good tester.
Absolutely.
As a
low cost, low entry.
Low cost, low entry. Does the crap sell? Do people want to buy it? You'll soon know.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. You might have to go the first 3 months making no money.
Oh.
Or more.
Likely more.
A general rule of thumb in small business is the first year it costs you money, second year should at least break even, third year profit.
Yeah.
If we can bring that forward.
But profit might be $1.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, I think the market's good. So what else is chat saying here?
So day 1 to 7, so foundations and setup. That is absolutely true. Then you get into Search IP Australia for your business name, products, names, key phrases. So also very good. If you're going to come up with a brand that's like, we make your skin glow, but Glow Skincare has that, then obviously you're going to get in trouble. So come up with your name, like start building your brand, your color scheme, like starting to understand what is it going to look like? How's it going to feel? Are people going to be attracted to it? Like why would someone walk up to your market store versus the next market store if you're both selling skincare that's in the same realm.
So on that, and this is the cool thing with ChatGPT and the like, you could literally be like, this is going to be a really crap scenario, but we'll keep, what's a name like Adelaide? She's in Adelaide, or I'm just thinking we'll call it Skin Fresh.
Skin Fresh.
Skin Fresh. So Megan, she wants to do a brand called Skin Fresh. And we'll do this later, but or you can do it now, I don't know. Can you type in, I want to start a skincare business. I think I want to call it Skin Fresh. Can you look on YouTube, Instagram, the ABN business, ABS business register? Is there any other Australian business trading under Skin Fresh? IP Australia, all that stuff. Because I think use this stuff to your advantage.
Yeah, Adrian.
I mean, there is a you don't want to blatantly copy, but if there's a juice called Skin Fresh, we could probably use that because you're doing skin product, not a physical drink. But
yes. Oh, and also in chat, just a little IP thing. I mean, AI thing is it retains the conversation, so you can just build upon it. You don't need to start a new chat. So IP Australia trademarks, no exact trademark listings appeared as Skin Fresh. That's a good sign, but ATMs is very precise. Variants or phonetic matches like Skin Fresh, or Skin Fresh might exist. So you got to look at some of the semantics there. You'll also want to search similar marks. So some of these tools that you want to search are behind privacy walls, so you have to dive into them.
But male or fresh, nothing to do with skincare, so that's fine.
No exact match, which is a good start.
So I think on that as well, you're not really spending any money to trademark the name to start with. You might register a trading name under your own ABN as Megan trading as Skin Fresh.
Yep.
Okay.
Consider registering $37 a year.
So you might do that. I wouldn't be lodging a trademark application because that's expensive, and you worry about that once you've really hit the road and are going to go to town. So I just wanted to tell Megan that's a good way to potentially filter out some different names.
Yep. So you've started, there's an idea, you go to the markets, you look at, or go to as many markets as you possibly can to understand, like, what are you up for? Like even to the point of like it sounds nice to go and sell at the markets until it's 35 degrees and you've got no shade and you're selling, or it's bitterly cold and the wind's blowing a gale.
Yeah.
And so like in business, whether it's a market stall, whether it's just growing something in an office, like you got to understand, like, what am I up for? Like there's So foundations, set that up. Testing and legal.
I would say on the testing and legal, like if you're making crap from home and ChatGPT would help you, you need to be very clear with your disclosures on the label, like what is the crap in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you start to talk about this and
someone gets a rash or a
like
welt or
TGA and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know, and this is what, like, we don't know enough about that skin industry, but you just have to be maybe there is a case from day one of some product liability insurance with an insurance broker.
Yeah.
Now, that could cost you $1,000 or $2,000 a year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But how serious are you of giving this a good shot?
Yes.
And that's why I talked about before, that first year, it might cost you, it might cost you $300 for a Squarespace website, might cost you for the setup, it might cost you $1,000 because you probably would need your own public liability insurance for different markets.
Yeah.
And I'd probably want to get a couple of quotes from an insurance broker for some product liability stuff.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're disclosing and all that in line with that insurance, because when you're dealing with stuff that people put on their body, if something went south, it could flush you
Absolutely.
other areas of your life. So again, I don't know enough about that.
Yeah, but it's my sister-in-law has a skincare product, so I know a little and seen that journey. And yes, you are exactly right. There is a lot to make sure that you're not going to get in trouble. So testing legal, so understanding like it's cool, build the product, test it out, see how it feels on yourself. Give it to friends. Do they like it?
Yeah.
And
do you use it yourself?
Yeah. And if you're going to start a business, and especially something like this, you've got to be very open to brutal feedback to go, I know you spent hours and hours and hours on this, but it's just not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we make it good?
Yeah, exactly right.
And that's kind of even before the markets. If you do your batches, invite your girlfriends over. Like, hey, I need to come. We're going to have some wines and cheese. I just want to run past a couple of different things.
Yeah.
Just test, like, okay, this is put on the palm. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it feels
All
weird.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got 3 different styles here. Ladies, do you want to take one each, use it for the week? And I think you do need to have that market research from a variety of different people before you even nail down your formula and all that stuff.
Yep. I bought a hair wax from a market store here in Newcastle, and I really didn't like it because you couldn't wash the thing out.
Ugh.
And so I went back to them the week later or a month later when they were there, and I just said, hey, I just wanted to give you some, like, are you open to feedback?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. And I said, like, are you really open to feedback? Because, you know, I want to help you make your product better. And he said, yeah, that's fine. I said, I can't wash your hair product out. Like, it's great when you put it in, but then it's like I have to, like, seriously scrub my hair. And he was like, oh, I've never had that problem. I'm like, I've got really thick hair. Maybe that's the case. And he's like, I've never thought about it.
Did you monitor the situation? Did they change it, or did they also sell
Never
a
seen him
shampoo
again.
or something?
Well, he was appreciative of it because he's like, I've got really thin hair. It seems to be. So, and he said, how much do you use? And so we went through the whole thing, but like, you've got to be open to someone, a random walking up going, can I tell you your product sucks?
Yeah.
In hope that it helps you.
Yeah.
Or maybe sometimes not.
And that's the thing with this type of high stakes game with product. It's such a test and learn.
Yep.
And honestly, we are recording this in June 25. You might have the plan over the next 12 months is just R&D. You're not going to a market to sell anything.
Oh, no.
Until spring next year.
Well, you can't come up with a product overnight.
No.
You can't produce it overnight. You
No.
can't package it overnight.
Yeah.
It's a long game.
Yeah. And hear us right, Megan. We are not saying don't do this, and we're not being harsh or whatever, but this is just the realities. To succeed, you've got to put all the time in with the stuff that no one sees.
Yep. And it's months before you can, knowing my sister-in-law's journey, months, sometimes years before you ever see that product.
Yeah. Like, can you do batches, use it yourself for 3 months, stop using it for a month, see if you go, oh, my skin's worse now, or
you have to.
I don't know what the answer is.
Legally, you actually have to do that.
Yeah.
So skincare, they see the go-tos of the market and they see like this is a cash cow because they've done extremely well, sold for millions upon the millions. But there's also a lot of skincare companies out there.
You know how Hailey Bieber sold her company for $1 billion?
Did she?
Yeah, recently, which is awesome, like amazing, good on her. But also, she was actually very famous before she started that.
Yeah.
So she had an incumbent distribution, aka her brand.
Yes.
And people might shoot me down for saying that, but that's the reality, that it was easier for Hailey Bieber to start a skincare, maybe, than Megan in Adelaide.
If someone shot you down for that statement, it would be strange that they did, because that is absolutely true. You've got a profile.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's much easier for them to go, unless it completely sucked and gave you a rash, like they would have done all of those testings.
Yeah, but she would have had the money to do all those testings.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So there is that go-to-market readiness, pricing, use Canva, designs, templates. Like this is in the first 90 days. We haven't seen a product yet.
No.
Month 4, sell, learn, adjust. Like this is the assumption that we actually already have a product.
But you can be doing all of these kind of in tandem. Like you can be tweaking and then going to markets. And all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it's once you've got your product, let's make the assumption that you've landed there.
I would say based on the product research, you would try and survey as many people as you know. I would even, this is random and abstract and you might not do it. Can you buy a market stand for the day and have a sign skincare Q&A? People walk, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just asking people, quick question, what skincare do you use? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
Absolutely.
Like, could you do that way? Get out. You'd have to pay for a market stand.
Yep.
What? You're paying for a market stand, not selling anything? No, I'm paying for a market stand because I'm going to come back here in 18 months and
that's my audience.
This is my audience.
Yep.
I want to ask them, what are they using now? What do they like about it? What don't they like about it?
Yep.
Because it's the reason I need to maybe stress that is your 5 or 6 friends or family members, there could be some weird bias in there.
Likely. They want to encourage you.
Yeah. So I think maybe do some market. You might even go down the line of setting up a skincare, get your brand like Skin Fresh or whatever, post Instagram stuff or online and then, I don't know, or pay a market research company. But we're getting into that. I just think maybe the cheapest way to do the market research is actually go to the markets. Literally market research. Going the draw to win, this is what you do. Go and buy a basket of a whole heap of different skincare things or one brand, like a go-to skincare pack.
Yeah.
It's worth $300, I don't even know, probably more. Worth $800. Go in the draw, there's at your market stand, you've got a high top table with a big package worth $800 or $500 skincare package. And then you've got 2 chairs on either side of the table. What's this store? Oh, if you want to go into the draw to win this, I just want 5 minutes of your time. I'm not selling you anything.
Yep.
And have a formulated...
Just a little Google form.
Type form, whatever. I want to ask you 5 questions, 8 questions. What's your current skincare routine? What do you use? What do you wish that was there?
How much does it cost you?
How much does it cost you? That's the one.
Yeah. How much do you spend per month on said skincare routine? What product is missing that you're like, that's my, if they combine this and this, like, that would be amazing.
And this is so abstract and people won't do it, and that's why any ideas we throw out on the table, can you say for the next 4 months, I'm booking a stand at the market store, same area, call it Skin Fresh or whatever, every month. Even, we're probably being over generous. Give away a $200 skincare thing. 5 minutes of your time, you enter this, I draw it at the end of the day, I'll record, like, will be an Instagram video when I draw it. Like, so there's transparency and all that. Then what you could do is like, the winner next month, they come back here and they can pick it up. Or we post it, whatever. But do it so you're there for 3, 4, 5 months. Every month. What's a market stand cost? $300 for the day? I have no idea.
Maybe.
I don't know. This is where that you have to invest. What if because they would be regulars at monthly markets.
Oh, yeah. Same people.
Yep. What if your audience at the markets bought into your journey, got to know you? And you're coming back this month. Maybe you're asking other questions.
Yep.
Maybe it's the same, but people see Megan there doing market research, giving away a thing. She sets an Instagram up and takes...
Just video it all?
Yep. Takes the markets on the journey of her market research, video it all, and a year later when she launches at those same markets,
everyone's like, yeah, Megan did it. She bloody did it.
She's getting her customers ready. She's lining up her ducks.
Yep. And you could do the simple like Daniel Priestley talks about how wait lists are just, that's where the revenue is.
Yeah.
And so you go every month, Megan's there saying, hey, got this 5-minute survey. Also, do you mind me putting you on the wait list?
Or do you want to crowdfund it? Set up a crowdfunder, QR code. I'm here every month for the next year, doing market research, getting to know you.
Buy your skincare in advance.
Yep. I can also, month 4 that you're there at the markets, we're going to have some samples in spring and you can try them if you want to be on the journey.
Yep.
I mean, that might sound crazy to some, might not, I don't know. But you have to get a result, you can't keep doing the same thing that other people do.
Yeah.
I would honestly do that. I would invest in the markets, maybe have your name, whatever skincare. Oh, where's the skincare? I don't know yet. Haven't made it. We're here to ask you the markets for the research.
Most people are not going to do that. Actually, 95% of people will not do that before they start their business.
No.
They just go, I'm going to start this thing and everyone will buy it. And I'm, no, actually.
Before I started my financial advice business, I lined up 10 people who needed my services.
Yeah.
And you know what? 3 people went ahead, but it was 3 more than I would have had.
Exactly right. Yeah, I was chatting to someone who's starting up a company the other day and they were like, we need to fund, we've got $10,000 we need to fund for the equipment. And I said, well, who are you selling to? And they're like, oh, we're selling to this audience, which is childcare. So I said, why don't you sell the shows that you're going to do or the things that the product you're going to do ahead of time? So get your calendar out and say you can book your spot for this and put a deposit down. And so you've sold ahead, which is not illegal. You can fully refund if you don't go ahead. And it funds the actual thing that you need right now, the product. And they were like, what? I can do that? I'm like, absolutely you can do that.
Yep.
If you have every intention to fulfill the contract or unless refund them the money, that's fine. But you can bring revenue ahead of time. And so you can think about that with skincare too, to go, how do I get people that are invested in the journey and transfer money from their pocket to my pocket ahead of time to actually fund it?
Yeah. Actually, we'll be back right after this break.
If you're after personal financial advice, don't get it from a podcast. But if you want guidance tailored to your situation, head to moneypodcast.com.au and click Get Help. We'll connect you with one of our trusted professionals, financial advisors and mortgage brokers, who work with people right across Australia. No matter where you are, they can help. Now, before we get back to the show, a quick reminder to protect your financial life. That means having income protection sorted. It means having death cover if there's any debt or dependents relying on you. It means getting your personal insurance in order. Most people insure their car, they insure their house, but what about themselves? Sky Wealth, who support this podcast, are specialist financial advisors who can help you get the right cover in place. Their advice is often more comprehensive and better value than going direct through your super. Book a complimentary 15-minute chat at sky.com.au. That's skye.com.au. And they'll point you in the right direction.
Okay. And this is the interesting with ChatGPT. Like a lot of this stuff, you're like, yeah, take or leave it, or no, I'll do that. It just gets you ideas out of your head. And so just on month 5 there, so they're saying sell, learn, adjust, refine products, monthly revenue target. I think it's just getting out there doing the research.
Yeah.
And for someone in the early stages like Megan, it's just, you might not end up doing skincare. You might do hand soap, or is that skincare? I don't even know.
Well, yeah, like you refine.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like Megan's not completely, like she hasn't written in saying, I'm doing a face moisturizer.
Yeah.
It's skincare.
Yeah.
So understanding based on research, like where is demand? Because in business, whether skincare or other, you got to solve a problem.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So find out what is the problem that you're solving. What is the actual mechanism for you to transfer product to dollar, and do that, and do it again, and do it again.
Yep.
So whether it's skincare, whether it's AI, whether it's money books, you are solving a problem.
And the cool thing, I would get you, Megan, just to lean into these AI prompts and just ask it heaps of questions.
Yeah.
Because it's just a third party.
Have started in the last 12 months and now failed or stopped operating. Let's see.
Purely Byron.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Huh.
Had a profile, went into voluntary administration less than a year later due to supply and IP disputes.
Gosh.
Bella Box launched, shut down. I mean, that's 13 years. It's not really, they didn't really fail. Not strictly, but related. International, why they failed. Premium branding versus hard margins. That's a massive lesson. First of all, if you're going to start making skincare yourself, you've got to think about the time, the cost of materials. If you've got a small margin, meaning the money that you get back, less costs. If it's a small margin, then you're going to be in trouble.
And it's interesting, so even sunscreen, right? Under TGA guidelines in Australia, has to be made in Australia.
Yeah. And there was something recently where they were selling it as...
Oh, the SPF thing? With
moisturizer, but it was actually sun cream to get around the tax you had to pay.
Right.
So they were like, it was, it was the other way around. It was a moisturizer, but they were selling it as a sun cream.
Yeah.
And so there's a tax benefit for that. So anyway, that was interesting. Over-reliance on market channels, operational cost spikes. Keep costs low. Test the market and evolve before investing heavily.
Yeah, you said that. There we go. A small group of buyers beats a big unprofitable launch.
Yep.
Adapt quickly.
I mean, this is your world, Glen, but watch your cash.
Well, it's just slow and organic. We're not borrowing money to do this. We're cash flowing it.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Chris Hemsworth's wife, purely Byron. I mean, I would hypothesize that money wasn't their problem because they had a profile. But the IP disputes,
him and hers bought a skincare startup for $190 million 4 years ago. Today it's shut down.
Gosh.
Is that's
no?
No, that was purely Byron. Sorry.
Well, let's just round it off with Megan's actual questions, and we can skip through.
So IP we talked about.
Yeah, so don't worry about trademarks and all that. You might register the business name, do a preliminary search. You will need to get an ABN.
Well, sole trader to start though, right?
But that is ABN. Yeah. So how that works, Megan will already have a tax file number.
Yep.
She will register an ABN as a sole trader for herself, and she could literally have Megan, ABN, XYZ.
Yeah.
Or she can have Megan trading as Skin Fresh, ABN, but it's all linked back to her tax file number.
Yeah.
So at the end of the year, her tax return
takes
has
that into consideration.
Income and her day job in there kind of all goes down.
Is it $75,000?
Yeah,
so you
for
have
GST.
To be,
Okay. So you don't have to charge GST. And to be honest, I'd probably even.
Where are questions?
It says in there. Your question is answered. There we go.
Yeah.
When to register for GST, $75,000. So don't worry about that for now. How to calculate costs and profit margin. You basically, the key to winning in business in a product world is to buy crap and sell it for more than what it costs you to put it together, assemble it, and make it.
Yep.
So that's probably secondary in terms of your reason for living financially in this business, first and foremost, is probably to work out what you want to do.
Which will be at a higher cost than maybe we'll end up, because you want to get product fit first, and then figure out how to make it cheaper.
Yeah, but not only that, you want to know, is there a gap in the market for skincare, or am I going to the markets? Am I selling candles, soap, bracelets, like every other person at the markets? But what makes yours better? Because then you get into the competitive advantage.
Yep.
And what makes yours better is by asking your demographic, what don't you like about what you're currently using?
Got to know your customer.
And what are you paying? Is that too much? Is it like 100%? That's how you'll get your competitive advantage.
Because the phrases, you will love this because X, Y, and Z. You just know your market. You're someone that has used all of the mainstream, but you're looking for that specific moisturizer for your face that doesn't feel greasy, that washes off. Like,
we use Himalayan pink salt instead of cheap crap because you don't want to feel greasy. I'm making this crap up. But you basically repeat back to your audience what they've told you.
Yep. So how to calculate cost versus profit. Make sure it costs less than you sell it.
Yeah, and that will come, but it's hard to say that because you need to know what you're all about. If you're going to be moisturizer, okay, cool. We need to work out how much base ingredients are. We need to work out what size moisturizer we're having. We need to work out X, Y, and Z.
Heaps in it.
So that's secondary, this stuff, Megan.
And Megan, go on Instagram and look at skincares in Australia. You could search it. Get in touch with those through Instagram and be like my sister-in-law's is called Glen Skincare. Great brand. Message her and say, where is this difficult? What are the lessons you've learned now that if you look back and go, oh, I should have done that? Like, ask people.
Yeah.
How is business, income taxes? Yep, blah, blah, blah. How to protect branding. Register. Yeah. Where to spend your money first.
Research.
Yeah.
100% research. I really think you need to get out there and talk to people and use that money first.
Yeah.
Because then at the end of doing that, like, I'll just make a number up. You got $5,000 in your savings account and you're like, I really want to do skincare. I'm straight up not going to a graphic designer or an online thing and saying, here's $2,000, make me a logo. Not doing that.
No way.
We are rather invest that into market research.
Yes.
Because then at the end of it, you might go, I don't think I've got what it takes with what the market needs, or I can't find a need.
Yes. And too, like if you sell someone, like what you win them to is what you keep them with.
Yes.
So if you win them to fancy branding but shitty product, if you win them to fancy branding,
if they come on
product,
price, they leave on price. It's all
exactly
that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if it's a price battle, you will always be discounting to keep your audience.
Yeah.
If it's cost is only value and cost is only argued when value isn't present. If you sell them on value, but you're like, have you ever been to Heatherbrae Pies?
No, I refuse to.
Well, they're pretty good pies, but their branding sucks.
Yes.
But you go, oh, it's a good pie. You go past brand to product.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to spend $2,000, don't make it fancy. Make it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when should I write a business plan? Look, there's a million templates online. Part of the market research, they will, I think the biggest thing is this
ultralight version. Great.
Yeah. Like literally, it doesn't have to be a 30-page business plan. My business plan for my first business was like 6-7 pages.
Yeah.
Because it just had to get it out. This is what I'm about. This is what we're doing. This is where we're getting clients. This is how I'm pricing it. I'm projecting X amount of sales over the next 12 months. I've got a target of just making 90 grand my own salary or whatever it was at the time. You might look at some SWOT, like strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, maybe. That's probably stage 2. But I think
in this case, I think the business plan is all about appetite to do rather than anything else.
What I would say as well, and this could be harder, and it might not be, like if you actually want to go down this road, go and get a job at a skincare manufacturer in their office. Go join the marketing team. Go join the admin team. Go join the accounts payable, just so you're around that industry.
Yeah.
And just be upfront. Hey, I want to work here because one day I love the skincare industry. I want to be involved in the industry. One day I want to open my own skincare brand. That's why I'm working here. You'll soon learn what's working, what isn't. The inside, you'll meet sales reps of packaging. You'll meet sales reps of raw materials. You've got to get in that industry. Because you don't want to be buying stuff if you can help. You might initially at retail price, buy it at retail, package it up home, mix it up home, and sell it. You want the contacts where you can actually, when you want to take that risk, you can get a wholesale provider and you might have to buy 400 bottles.
Yeah. Yep. When to quit versus persevere?
I think you want to really give it 6 to 12 months of just pure research before you do anything. Because then at the end of that, if it doesn't make it, you didn't want it enough.
And if Megan or whoever's listening just at what you just said, you don't want it enough.
Yeah.
Because the foundations have to be good. You can't go in this going, I'm going to get rich quick, because you will fail miserably and be very upset.
Before I started my financial advice business, I spent months and months calling other companies just to introduce myself, to line up ducks. Hey, I'm Glen. I'm launching a financial advice business. I went to accountants, mortgage brokers, solicitors, centers of influence, we call them in that world. Because I was like, from day one, I'm never cold calling a direct advice client, not doing it.
Yep.
I spent my energy in the year before I started, or the months before I started, or within that first 12 months prior, and I forget because it was long ago now, I met with 40 different companies and professionals that could send me clients.
Yeah.
At the end of that, 2 or 3 sent me clients.
Yep.
Turn the tap on.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. Literally met with 40 different accountants, mortgage brokers, solicitors, God forbid, real estate agents. Like, I was just getting out there.
Yep.
Because if you don't have clients to service, you don't have a business. And I needed to use my energy somewhere that could send me clients. And my proposition was, you send me a client, Mr. Accountant, I will not can your work. I'll always send them back to you. I won't farm them out to another accountant, and I'll keep you abreast of the whole process.
Yep.
Same with mortgage broker. So one of the advantages is, without the exchange of money, if you've got a client that wants some superannuation work or financial advisor or insurance, send them to me. They'll be ring-fenced. They're going to not get farmed out, and you'll lose that client. Yes. And you'll be across the situation. I can copy you into everything if you want.
Yep.
So for Megan, the equivalent of that is what we're talking about the next 6 months, that hardcore market research.
Yep. And like, we've used a lot of words and made it sound very complex, but it's really not that.
No.
It is actually very simple. Just do some of the heavy lifting now, and it will make it much easier down the track.
Yeah.
Because if you go, I'm just going to build product first without knowing who's going to buy it, like...
Yep. And that goes to her question of when to quit versus perseverance.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Like, you won't even need to know that, because once you do all your market research, you'll know whether to start or not.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And then when we start, we're like, yep, we're actually going to do this. We will commit to 4 markets, 1 a month or 1 every second weekend. You might have 3 different locations in your area. We'll commit to 4 of them, and then we're looking for signs of life. Can we actually sell them?
Yeah.
But you need that time.
You know what I love about this is you've got someone out there that's looking to start a business. Like, that's exciting.
Yeah, I love it. And that's what I mean. I'm not here – for the casual observer, this could sound like we're talking Megan out of this or anyone out of it.
We're trying to enable success.
But what we're doing is giving you the foundations. If you do this right, because it's a formula that I followed. You followed it. You test, you learned, you adapt.
Yep.
Because I could think, I'm going to start a financial advice business. Everyone's going to want to come to me for advice. Nah, no one comes. Phone call doesn't ring. Nothing happens. I had to get out there and get people to send me clients. Had to be active.
Yeah.
You might have the best idea to make the nicest cream, spray, juice, soap bar, or whatever. Number one, it could actually suck because people have said, we don't like it because everyone uses this sodium as a base unit. We want them to use potassium. I don't know, I'm making up crap. You know what I mean? Like
sounded good.
It could suck. And that's why you need to test and learn and get real data from real people. I can't stress that enough.
And this is the stuff that separates like why someone fails in the first 12 months to why someone doesn't.
Yeah.
Is one does the hard yards up front and goes, not a good business idea.
Yeah.
So you fail before you start, which fail is actually success in this metric.
But this is the cool thing here, Adrian. Megan could go down this road and trip over an opportunity.
Absolutely.
I'll make something up. She could trip over this. I found this really gap to provide bespoke delivery service of this for this thing.
Yeah.
You might trip over something, a need that you keep hearing.
Or you go,
ask other small business owners, hey, what's the biggest pain point in your business with selling soaps and skincare? Local delivery, it's like killing us.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so you might trip over something.
Yep. Agreed. Etsy or not?
I wouldn't worry about at the moment.
Yeah, it's not a question for now. I mean, Etsy originally was set up for like it was an online market. That's what it was meant to feel like, but it's been commercialized a lot more.
Which is
now.
fine, but do that stage 3, 4 and get out there and document all your market research because then you can have videos of on your Etsy or whatever, here's a video of our market store with everyone buying all this stuff. We had to leave today because we ran out of stock. So
testimonials.
That's the social proof.
Yes.
You could also do you could be fun at your market research. You could do like, hey, do you want to enter this competition? You can do it 2 ways. You can give us some market research. And if you want an extra ticket to win, we're going to do a blind test of 3 common moisturizers. If you guess which one it is, you get an extra ticket or something.
Yeah.
So make it fun for people.
Yeah.
And get them to film it and tag us on Instagram.
Yes.
Because I think, let's wrap that up. I think that's probably a lot of stuff there for Megan. We might not have answered verbatim the questions, but we've been very clear of what we think you should do. What I think as well, ordinarily, like even the young woman who bought that that shopping center lease and didn't last 10 minutes, which is sad. And I think she was even in our Facebook group, asked about, I'm in this lease, can I get out of it because I can't afford the rent and all that.
Yeah.
I'm of the stage where, so you know local Common Circus, right? So Lauren Henry, she's got the beautiful cafe. She's been on the show before. We might get her back in and have a chat with her because killing it. They've got the cafe, homewares, gifty store.
Yep.
But she does a lot online.
Yep.
And I like that. It's like, I honestly believe everyone needs an online business and everyone has an online business. Now, what do I mean by that? The barber down the road, good online process and presence. By the way, we cut hair.
Yeah. It's personal brand.
It's lawn mowing service. I'm first and foremost an online business. I take videos of every lawn I cut, speed them up in.
Do you watch Tim the lawnmower, or there's a bunch of
them? No, there's a bunch, but that type of thing, right? So then the thing is, well, you get to the point where it's like, we're not doing commercial leases, anything like that, unless it's a warehouse to store our product that we do the online business and ship from. Well, we've got the warehouse here anyway. We may as well turn it into a shop front.
Yep.
And there's a good Brittany Saunders has the podcast Big Business. She records episodes in here once a month, I think.
Yeah.
She's very good. She has the brand Fate, FAYT, clothing brand.
Yep.
If you want inspiration for your business and you want to get into that fashion type world, you need to listen to her and that podcast.
Yeah, very good.
I listen to it because I'm out while they're recording in here. I hear it. I'm like, far out, she's onto it. It's very good. So
very good.
All right, Megan, we will leave it there. Thanks so much for writing in and giving us some good fodder. And I hope whatever business that you want to start, you can use the principles that we've talked about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll set you up for success.
Yeah. And remember, long game.
Long game.
Don't chase the dollars. Go for quality. Go for looking after people. All that stuff.
Yeah.
My name's Glen James. This is
Business.
And Adrian Smith.
Sorry. Yeah, Adrian Smith.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can reach out to Adrian on LinkedIn and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Any advice is general financial advice only, which does not take into account your objectives, financial situation, or needs. Because of that, you should consider if the advice is appropriate to you and your needs before acting on the information. If you do choose to buy a financial product, read the Product Disclosure Statement, PDS, and Target Market Determination, TMD, and obtain appropriate financial advice tailored to your needs. Simo Interactive Pty Ltd, the publisher of this podcast, and Glen James are authorised representatives of Money Sherpa Pty Ltd, which holds financial services license 451289. Opinions or comments from any guests on the podcast are theirs and not those of the host or the publisher or their respective license holders.